Hi everyone, Sean Chalaki from Chalaki Law, and welcome to another episode of What the Insurance Companies Don't Want You to Know. Every week, you send me a question, I do a video. The video answering your question, and I ask you to subscribe, share, and like. That way I can answer additional questions. Let's get to this week's question. There were multiple questions that came in, so I don't want you to think that I forgot about you. I'm gonna go with first come, first serve. If an Uber Eats driver hits you, who's at fault? Is it Uber insurance? Is it the driver's insurance? The issue of fault is obviously the driver that hits you. The issue of insurance coverage is another discussion. Insurance coverage comes from either the driver or the Uber policy. This is a long response. I'm going to try to shorten it as much as possible. I will have content written on the website that goes in detail. But let's start with the driver's insurance. The rideshare driver hit you. They buy a driver policy for their car. Now, if that insurance policy does not have a rideshare exclusion, then they will cover you. However, if they have a rideshare exclusion, and the way the exclusions are written these days, they do mention that even if you have the app on for call, not if you're in the process of delivering a food, a person, or anything like that, but even if you have the app on, the policy exclusion kicks in. The driver's insurance is out the door at that point because there's exclusion and their own insurance policy doesn't cover it. Now it goes up to the next level higher. Next level higher is the insurance company for the rideshare. Those policies are different from one company to the next. Some of them have certain exclusion that doesn't protect the driver that is at fault. Some of them have uninsured, underinsured motorists. Some of them have liability coverage that covers the other side. It is all different from one company to the next. The limits are even different. Some are $250, some are 1 million. The insurance companies are different. I believe Uber is Progressive, Lyft is Travelers from back of my mind. We do a lot of these, especially back in the before COVID time. We used to get a lot of rideshare cases that we litigated. They are interesting and we explore all the options. However, to give you one definite answer, there is none. You have to call us. We have to investigate it. We have to look it up because they do constantly change. And we have to figure out which one of them kicks in at what point. Now, if none of those kicks in, there is that UM/UIM that I've talked about in many different videos that I encourage everyone to get, especially during COVID time, because the first thing that people are trying to save on their insurance policy, save money on, is their insurance policy. So that's why it's important to add UM/UIM to your insurance policy. I hope I answered your questions. If I didn't, let me know or read on it on the page. But for the time being, do share, subscribe. Well, I did it backwards. Subscribe, share, and like. Thank you for coming in, and I see you next week.